Now, Egypt is preparing to host French President Francois Hollande today. The visit is meant to strengthen security cooperation between the two countries. A lucrative weapons deal is also on the cards. Hollande's visit to Egypt is part of a 4-day tour of the Middle East. And on Monday, Hollande and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi are to oversee the signing of arms agreements worth more than $1 billion. That includes Egypt's purchase of a French military satellite communication system. Well, for more on this and this important visit, I'm now joined live from Cairo by CCTV's Abdel Al-Marouki. Abdel, just to begin with, just talk us through President Hollande's schedule during his trip to Egypt.
Well, the French president will be meeting, of course, with his Egyptian counterpart, Abdel El-Sisi, who together they will be signing several MOUs. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, there are at least 19 agreements that will be signed between both countries. As you mentioned, on top of them is the military agreement. But beside the schedule and discussing regional conflicts, particularly with Egypt, according to French sources, both presidents will be focusing on Libya as a main point of discussion, beside, of course, the conflict in Syria, Yemen, and the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. After that, Francois Hollande is expected to meet with the Egyptian Prime Minister and the Speaker of the Egyptian Parliament, as long as several other Egyptian officials. He will also be visiting the French embassy in Cairo. There's a huge delegation of businessmen coming with President Francois Hollande. About 60 companies are represented, and they will be meeting Egyptian companies to invest and expand the trade and investments in Egypt.
Well, as you said there, Abdel, security high on the agenda, a big business delegation and at least 19 agreements set to be signed. Essentially, what is President Hollande seeking to accomplish with this visit?
Well, basically, he is re-strengthening the ties between Egypt. France has been so far one of the strongest European allies to President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi and his administration. Billions of dollars and billions of euros worth of weapons deals have been signed between both governments since President Sisi came to power. So there's a very deep partnership between them. France is the sixth largest investor in Egypt, foreign investor in Egypt. So these are all just indications about the mutual benefit and how deep they are between these nations. There's the main stage of coordination, the global war against the Islamic State, and as France is very concerned with some countries in North Africa and Sahara that suffer from militant insurgency in general, there will be a huge part of cooperation and discussions about these files. Overall, France has been, both presidents have been meeting each other several times. That's the second official visit for Francois Hollande here. The last time he came was to inaugurate the new branch or the new expansions of the Suez Canal in Egypt. So both presidents are renewing their trust and announcing their partnership to the world once again.
All right, Abdel Al-Marouki, thanks very much for that update live for us in Cairo.